fruitful possession, which represents a virtuous woman throughout the field. You will sow it with your own seed, man. Read.
Trusting in the goodness of thy stock.
Right. The goodness of thy stock represents what? Basically your DNA, or basically your genetics, or basically your seed line. Okay, which was Israel. Read.
So that race which thou leavest shall be magnified.
Right. See, that's the thing. That is why when you get the understanding, okay, when any form of mixing was done, it was mainly with the men dealing with the women of the other nations, and not the other way around. Now, I know you had Bathsheba, who I believe dealt with Uriah the Hittite, but they didn't have any children, okay? Right. And when you get the understanding, I believe that was one case issue in which became a non-issue once David had him killed, all right? But the Lord still charged him for that adultery because that wasn't his wife, and Uriah treated him well as far as a soldier in his army, and he served the God of Israel as well. But in most case scenarios, all right, the men, okay, of our nation dealt with the women of the other nations, and it was more so allowed because the seed that we would sow unto them was the seed of Israel. Right. So if we had a child with a Gentile woman, you understand, that child was still an Israelite, and we had Israelite kings who had Gentile women as mothers. You understand? So if it was the other way around, then that means that we would be producing stock of the heathen. Right. If we had Gentile Israelite women that was bringing in forth child from Gentile men, okay, that would weaken our inheritance. So for the most part, the Lord was not against us dealing with Gentile women when they were in order, because even if we sow our seed amongst them, meaning they were virtuous women amongst the Gentile women, the Lord said that seed will still be magnified within our race because we are of the seed of Israel, man. See, that could not have been the other way around with a Gentile man dealing with an Israelite woman, because that race that he would magnify would not be Israel, it will be his race. Okay, so let's get the understanding of when we dealt with Gentile women, we had children with them, and a lot of times those children, okay, became kings and rulers of our nation. Right. And it was done in respect, because that goes to show you the nationality is determined by who your father is, by the seed of man, not through the womb of a woman. And the Lord allowed that to happen so long as that seed was of Israel, man. Read.
Having the confidence of their good descent.
Right, because a man could say, well, my fathers go back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I'm fit to be king of this people. Because no one should question my my order. That's right. No one should question who I am. That's why nobody questioned Christ. That's another cut for the virgin birth. Because, see, no one questioned Christ at all, because he came from the seed of son of David, man. Okay, because his descendants on his father's side went back to King David. So nobody questioned his messiahship for those that believed in him, because they knew that Joseph, his biological father, was from the house of David. You understand? And there's a reason why Matthew and other scriptures, Luke and John, put that in there to show you Christ's messiahship being of the king line of David was verified through his father. You understand? So that cuts your virgin birth doctrine. That's one of many scriptures that cut your virgin doctrine. Because if he was born of a womb of a woman, okay, without a biological father, then how can he be king of Israel? That's right. Okay, because basically you're king of Israel because your father's seed go back to Israel. Right. So it don't matter which women we lay with. That's right. Whether they were Gentile women or not, the seed was still of our stock. Our race was still magnified. You understand? Read.
Verse 22.
Right, read verse 21 again.
So thy race, which thou leavest, shall be magnified.
Read.
Having the confidence of their good descent, and the harlot shall be accounted as spittle.
So that's it on that. Let's go back to Judges 8. I want to bring out something. Okay. Let's go back to Judges chapter 8, verse 30. I want to go back into Judges.
Judges 8 and 30.
Right, let's go into Judges chapter 8, verse 30. Read on.
And Gideon had 70 sons.
The Lord said Gideon had 70 sons. So he has 70 sons, right? That's a lot of sets this man is having. 70 sons. You think he did that just by dealing with Israelite women? Read.
And of his body begotten, for he had many wives.
So for that will show you, man can have more than one woman. Right. This man had many wives, so he produced a lot of children. Okay, Because come on, you black and Hispanic women, you know damn well you don't want to produce that much kids with that one man.
Right.
Okay, because childbearing is a very tough thing to do. So a man, he's gonna want more sons and daughters, so he has to have another woman. That's the only way it's gonna get done. You're not gonna have 70 sons with just one woman, man. That comes through having a harem, man. Read.
And his concubine that was in Shechem.
Right. Concubine that was in Shechem. Read.
She also bare him a son.
Right, and Shechem was a city, I believe, of the Canaanites. There were Canaanites that dwelt in that, and we're going to further prove that later on. There were Canaanites, okay? So he had an African woman, okay? And she bare him a son too, read.
Whose name he called Abimelech.
Right, Abimelech. You understand? So let's get to that's verse 31.
Verse 31.
Right. Now, like I said, concubines, when you do the definition and look up concubines were maid servants. They were slaves. All right. Matter of fact, jump over to chapter 9, verse 18. We just read about how Gideon had a concubine in Shechem, and the concubine bare him a son, which shows you we had children with the Gentile women.
That's right.
Okay, see that? So yes, we took them as our wives, and we had children, and the Most High allowed it. You know why? Because the seed was Israel.
Right. The
seed still went back to Israel. It didn't matter. Now, if it was the other way around, it would not have been. So that's why a lot of times that was not allowed with our women. You understand? That's like that was an unwritten rule.
Right.
Okay, because we did not have women amongst our nation bringing forth Gentile men.
Yeah.
Okay, no. I mean, maybe brothers and sisters could show me the scripture. I haven't read that. Okay, since we came out of Egypt. Okay, I think we did a lot of intermingling amongst the Egyptians when we were in Egypt, because it talks about the son of an Egyptian woman, the son of an Egyptian man of an Israelitish woman.
I think he was put to death.
And he was put to death because he blasphemed the God of Israel.
Yeah, he was put to death.
Right. We put and he was, and the Bible calls him a stranger, that's when the law of strangers was mostly enforced, because they said there was one law that should be for Israel, and there should be one law for the strangers, man, because it was the strangers had to be in certain order with the Most High as well. And there's certain things that the Lord wanted to deal with the strangers differently than with one of your own nation. And he was put to death because he blasphemed. I believe so.
Yeah.
And he was an Egyptian. He was a Hebrew, which goes to show you we had Egyptians that came out of the Passover too, which was a show that we did. I believe we did that show a few weeks ago.
Yeah, it was I think Exodus the 9th chapter.
Right, and the point of that was referring to the mixed multitude.
Yeah, the mixed multitude
that came out of Egypt with us. Yeah, see that?
Yeah, right.
Right, and one of them was and when we was in the land of Egypt, basically we intermingled among some of the Hiskos, okay, and our women dealt with them, okay, and our women did bring in child. But that one particular child got put to death, and we didn't hear any more of Egyptian men amongst us. So maybe that was just one incident that occurred.
Yeah.
Okay, and we put that Egyptian demon to death, and I don't really hear of any more scriptures of Israelite women that was justified bringing in men of the other nations in the Bible.
Right.
Okay, maybe brothers and sisters could show me, but most of the time when it came to the intermingling, it was done with the men. Okay, intermingling with the Gentile women, bringing forth Israelite seed. Okay, because a man carries a seed. No one is justified on this earth through their nationality, but through the seed of their fathers. That's the bottom line. So that's why it was more so of a pardon. And like I said, Rehoboam was king of Israel, and I believe his mother was a Moabite. Okay, I believe his mother was a Moabite, one of the sons of Solomon.
Right, and I believe also he had kids with his concubines.
Hey, listen, man, we were just having sex with. Listen, bottom line, we had concubine women, and we was having sex with them. Right. We was bringing children by them.
That's right.
That's the bottom line. So what?
That's right.
Because they were still. Who cares if they get upset? Because we were screwing Gentile women, and when they was bringing forth our seed. Okay, yes, that's why when you see the black woman with the white man, not only are you supposed to curse her out, but you're supposed to double curse her out if she has a child by him. Yeah, right. Double curse her out because she's bringing forth child of another nation, and especially the devil. You understand? Bringing forth child of another nation. Okay, no. That really wasn't much done in Israel. Because see, when a woman deals with a man of another nation, that's the woman saying spiritually, I've submitted myself to that nation. Okay, and especially when she brings in forth child of that nation who she submitted unto. That's a double whammy. But see, when the Gentiles did it unto us, they're supposed to. The Bible said they're going to be our tributaries. When they say peace unto us, we just read it in the Torah. And we dealt with the Gentile women, and then guess what? If they bring forth child of our nation, so be it. They're supposed to. Okay, because why? We're the sons of God. All you Gentile women shall line up and want to sleep with us. Okay, all you Gentile women should be begging to sleep with men of the Lord, man.
That's right.
Okay, because we're the holy seed, man.